We'll be calling this meeting to order. As a courtesy to others, please silence all your electronic devices during this meeting. Citizens desiring to speak under Hear the Audience shall submit a request from Madam Clerk to my right prior to this meeting, or as we proceed. Forms are available at the door or directly from our city clerk. We will now move on to a moment of silence and the Pledge of Allegiance led by Commissioner Alvarez.
Will you please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Commissioner. We'll move right on to proclamations and special presentations. There's quite a few today. 3A will be swearing in of we'll move right on to swearing in of newly promoted fire department officers. Chief Walls. There we go. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you, Madam Mayor. City Commissioners, as you know, 2 weeks ago we held a historic swearing-in ceremony for our 15 new firefighters, all of our new lieutenants and engineers. 3 of them were on a previously scheduled vacation. They weren't able to be sworn in that night, so we're going to recognize them tonight, welcome them to their new positions, introduce them to the commissioner, to the audience. So at this point, we're going to bring up our 2 new lieutenants, Lieutenant David Losey, if you'll come forward with your sponsor. David Losey is assigned to D Shift, Station 11, serving on Engine 11. And Lieutenant Connor Quinn, if you'll come forward with your sponsor. Connor is assigned to A Shift, Station 13, serving on Engine 13. Face your sponsor. Place your left hand on the Bible, raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, David Losey. I, Connor Quinn.
Having been appointed to the position of Fire Lieutenant.
Having been appointed to the position of Fire Lieutenant.
Do hereby solemnly swear and affirm.
Do hereby solemnly swear and affirm.
I will support, defend, and obey.
Support, defend, and obey.
The Constitution of the United States of America.
The Constitution of the United States of America.
The Constitution of the State of Florida.
The Constitution of the State of Florida.
The laws and ordinances of the City of Kissimmee.
The laws and ordinances of the City of Kissimmee.
Rules and regulations of the Kissimmee Fire Department.
Rules and regulations of the City of Kissimmee.
To the best of my abilities.
To the best of my ability.
So help me God. Congratulations, you may begin.
Congratulations.
Three, two, one more. Thank you, guys. Congratulations. So David Losey was an engineer before he became lieutenant. So with him getting promoted lieutenant, that created an engineer opening. So we're going to call Scott Watson, engineer Scott Watson, forward with his sponsor. Scott will be assigned to D Shift, Station 13, driving Engine 13. Having been appointed to the position of fire engineer,
having been appointed to the position of fire engineer,
do hereby solemnly swear and affirm
do hereby solemnly swear and affirm
that I will support, defend, and obey
that I will support, defend, and obey
the Constitution of the United States of America,
the Constitution of the United States of America,
the Constitution of the State of Florida,
the Constitution of the State of Florida,
the laws and ordinances of the City of Kissimmee,
the laws and ordinances of the City of Kissimmee,
and the rules and regulations of the Kissimmee Fire Department
and the rules and regulations of the City of Kissimmee Fire Department,
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Again, real quick, I'd just like to thank the commission, the city staff. Without going to this 24/72 work schedule, none of this would have taken place, so we thank you for your support. They've been on this schedule for a week now. They're all back there smiling. They're very happy right now, so just thank you for your support, and our firefighters really appreciate it, so thank you.
Good, great.
Thank you. We're very happy with what's going on here with the firefighters. We'll move right on to 3B, proclamation for Economic Development Week, followed by proclamation for Foster Youth Connection Week, then another one for Older Americans Month and National Safe Boating Week. All at once, so we can take
Perfect. Okay, for item 3B, will Abigail Wagner from the Orlando Economic Partnership and the rest of our economic development folks please join the commission. And this is a proclamation for Economic Development Week, whereas more than 100,000 economic development and related professionals worldwide are committed to creating, retaining, and expanding top-tier opportunities that foster long-term equitable community growth. And whereas for generations, the economic development profession has cultivated thriving neighborhoods, championed sustainability and resiliency, strengthened economic prosperity, enhanced quality of life, and built robust tax bases. And whereas economic development professionals serve as stewards of progress, connecting residents, business leaders, elected officials, industry executives, and educational institutions. And whereas economic developers contribute to the continued strength and vitality of Osceola County within the state of Florida by building on past achievements while shaping a resilient and prosperous future. Now, therefore, the City Commission of the City of Kissimmee hereby recognizes the week of May 4th to the 8th, 2026 as Economic Development Week in the City of Kissimmee.
Hi everyone, my name is Abigail Wagner. I work for the Orlando Economic Partnership. And economic development is a team sport. Everybody here behind me takes part in this ability to create new opportunities for the residents of the places that we live. So really excited to keep working with the City of Kissimmee, and so is the Orlando Economic Partnership. Thank you.
Good evening, Mayor, Commissioners. On behalf of the UCF Business Incubation Program, I want to thank you for this proclamation. We have the privilege of working directly with the entrepreneurs and small businesses who are building companies from the ground up, developing new technologies, creating jobs, and contributing to the local economy in tangible ways. And what makes that possible is the strength of the ecosystem around them. The City of Kissimmee's leadership and commitment to economic development play a critical role in that success, and we're proud to be part of that effort and to work alongside partners like the Orlando Economic Partnership to support a strong and growing economy. Thank you for your invaluable support.
Our next item is item 3C, is a proclamation for Foster Youth Connection Month, and will Jeff and Ashley Call, founders of Legacy's Gift Incorporated, please join the commissioners. And whereas Foster Youth Connection is celebrating its 21st year in Osceola County, and whereas Connection Month began in 2005, dedicated to its founder, evangelist Rupert Henry, who also received the Unity and Community Award in 2024 for his commitment to our local community. And whereas the Foster Youth Connection observation is in co-partnership with Greenway Church, the Surrender All Project, and Legacy's Gift. And whereas Legacy's Gift is now an implementing partner of careportal.org in Central Florida, thanks to the leadership and support of Greenway Church and its pastor Wade Mumm and executive pastor Marie Golia, to help in assisting our foster youth and families that are in crisis. And whereas Foster Youth Connection Month is supported by Greenway Church, Osceola County Guardian Ad Litem, the Surrender All Project, and whereas Legacy's Gift hosted a Pray at the Flagpole observation for our foster youth conducted before the City Commission meeting at the Kissimmee City Hall on May 5th, 2026 at 6 p.m. Now, therefore, the City Commission of the City of Kissimmee hereby proclaims the month of May 2026 as Foster Youth Connection Month in the City of Kissimmee.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Come on, that's too weak. Come on. Hello. Hello. I'm a preacher, so, I usually do that. Okay? I usually ask this question every time, and you probably don't remember what I asked, right? Has anyone ever been a kid before? Have you been a kid before? Well, this is what we are promoting today, is to know that a village is here to raise a child, right? Someone raised you, someone took care of you, someone wiped your nose, and did other things that you probably don't want to say today. But the whole idea about Foster Youth Connection Month is to bring our agencies and others along to let them be on the stage during this month, to make sure that we don't forget our kids. Because there are a lot of children out here that are going through a lot of hell. They're going through a lot of stuff that they do not deserve. And you can all agree with me, right? Yeah. So we all as adults, commissioners, everyone needs to step up and help these kids. This young man here is Jeff Call. His wife is sick today, so she was unable to make it out. This young man is actually holding him up. But they're wonderful people. They're head of an organization called Legacy Gifts, and they have taken over the mantle from what I've been carrying for close to 20 years. So these people are just a wonderful, wonderful people, but they're also here to help foster parents and also foster children. So thank you all very much for helping your children and those in the community. Okay, thank you very much. That's what that means. Hey, this is my basketball buddy right here. He's a great
That's what we used to play back
hook
in the day.
shooter.
That's right.
You got a hook shot on
Sure
you.
do. I sure do.
Good to see you, man.
Nice to see you too.
Take care.
Our next item on the agenda is item 3D. It's proclamation for Older American Months, and will Rob Giltz and Chris Hoagland from the Council on Aging please approach the commissioners? And whereas Osceola County is home to older adults who have shaped our community through their service, work, leadership, and commitment to family, and whereas Older Americans Month provides an opportunity to recognize the strength, wisdom, and contributions of older adults while reaffirming our commitment to supporting their independence, dignity, and quality of life. And whereas communities thrive when all people of all ages are connected, engaged, and valued. And whereas in 2025, the Council on Aging supported older adults by providing over 124,000 home-delivered meals, along with the provision of over 96,000 hours of in-home services, thousands of hours of adult day health care services, promoting safety and social engagement to 96 clients, and the dedicated service of 447 volunteers who gave over 26,000 hours of their time. And whereas these services reflect the strength of intergenerational partnerships and the shared commitment of families, caregivers, volunteers, and community leaders to ensure older adults can age with dignity, connection, and purpose. Now, therefore, the City Commission of the City of Kissimmee hereby proclaims May 2026 to be Older Americans Month in the City of Kissimmee.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Rob Giltz, and actually this is Damaris Gutierrez, as Chris Hoagland could not attend. Madam Mayor and Commissioners, thank you so much for your support for older Americans. Older Americans make the foundation of our community. They're not just the foundation and the teachers that have taught us along the way. They're also still engaged and very important as far as their input and impact on the community. So it is with my great pleasure to thank the City of Kissimmee for supporting older Americans and striving to make this community a livable community for everyone, from our youngest to our oldest. I also want to say this month is designated by the Administration of Community Living. Not only is Older Americans Month, but the theme is Champion Your Health. So as advocates for seniors, for older Americans on their own, this is a month to really focus on championing yourself, taking care of yourself, not only health-wise, but connections in the community, so stay socially engaged, and may we all support each other as we age. Thank you very much.
One more. Our next item is item 3E, which is a proclamation for National Safe Boating Week. Will Anthony Wong of the United States Coast Guard Auxiliary please join the commissioners? And whereas for over 100 million Americans, boating remains a popular recreational activity, with individuals and families enjoying time on the water through boating, sailing, paddling, and fishing. And whereas during National Safe Boating Week, the U.S. Coast Guard and the National Safe Boating Council, along with federal, state, and local partners, encourage all boaters to enjoy our nation's waterways responsibly. And whereas Flotilla 1710 of the United States Coast Guard Auxiliary, based in Kissimmee, plays an active role in advancing boating safety awareness by conducting vessel safety examinations at Lake Tahoe Marina and providing education and outreach to recreational boaters in our community. And whereas safe boating begins with preparation, and the Coast Guard estimates that human error accounts for the majority of boating accidents, while life jackets could prevent nearly 75% of boating fatalities. And whereas on average 650 people lose their lives each year in boating-related accidents in the United States, with approximately 75% due to drowning, many of which could have been prevented through the use of life jackets. And whereas National Safe Boating Week serves to raise awareness of these life-saving practices and promote a safer, more enjoyable experience for all who recreate on the water. Now, therefore, the City Commission of the City of Kissimmee hereby proclaims the week of May 16th to the 22nd as National Safe Boating Week in the City of Kissimmee.
Thank you to the mayor, commissioners, City of Kissimmee. Actually, our flotilla just don't make it May 16th to the 23rd. We do the whole month of May. We'll be going to all the ramps and marinas and promoting boating safety. And we do have classes. You just have to call us and find out the dates. And I'm actually the Vice Division Commander. I just happen to be here. So I'm representing my entire district, which is the state of Florida.
I'd just like to let you guys know that as an auxiliarist, we do not have the authority to stop you from going boating. Do not be afraid to come and ask us questions about safe boating. Okay, there is a lot of miscommunication that we can stop you. We cannot. We are there just basically to make sure that you are safe while you're boating.
Thank you. Thank you. We'll move right on to Employee of the Month for the month of May. City Manager.
Thank you, Madam Mayor, Commissioners. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce to you our Employee of the Month for May from the Development Services Department, Financial Analyst Nicole McDuffie. Congratulations. So Nicole's only been with us a short while, but she came on board at the Development Services Department as a financial analyst to help us better manage our finances within the department, which has been an increasingly important role amidst all the growth that we've been experiencing in the last few years. But on an even greater scale, Nicole serves as the president of what's called our General Employees Organization, and that's basically it's like a union, but it's not a union. It's an organization that looks out for the well-being of all of our employees. They do benefits, fundraisers to help employees in need. They help with essentially promoting positive culture and spirit. And Nicole, as the leader of this organization for the last few years now, has really taken on the challenge of getting our workforce excited about coming to work every day and ensuring that they're well taken care of. And I'll tell you what, it's been a remarkable change over the last few years with you at the helm, the events that we do, the camaraderie that I see each and every day, which is really tough to build in an organization with almost 1,000 employees in different locations throughout the city. It's really been an honor to see you thrive in that position, and I want to thank you for everything that you do and congratulate you for being our employee of the month. One last thing. I always tell our audience that it's not me, it's not the commissioners, it's not the leadership of the department that's chosen Nicole as Employee of the Month, but she was nominated by a fellow employee, and then her nomination was sent to a committee represented by the 12 different departments that we have at the city, and there really is no better honor than to be recognized by your peers. So again, congratulations, and our commissioners have some gifts for you.
Congratulations.
I just want to say thank you to my department, my coworkers, for acknowledging the hard work. You also put in hard work, and I couldn't do this without you guys.
Thank you. We now move on to item 3G, Father's Footsteps Foundation presentation. I believe a memo was sent earlier that they will not be attending this evening. Yeah,
so we can reschedule them at a later date if they would like.
Thank you. We move on to item 4, public hearing, first and second readings. 4A, second and final reading, proposed ordinance 26-14, amending the city charter, section 6, compensation of commissioners. City clerk to read the title.
An ordinance amending the charter of the city of Kissimmee, Article 2, Administration, Chapter 2, City Commission, Section 6, compensation of commissioners, submitting the proposed amendment to the charter for consideration by the electors of the city for approval or disapproval and providing for an effective date.
And Madam Mayor, Commissioners, this is a request for approval of the second and final reading of proposed ordinance 2614. I did receive a request from Commissioner Ortiz, who could not be here tonight, for the commission to continue this to the next commission meeting. If we do it by a date certain, we will not have to re-advertise, but I would need a vote in order to do that. And so staff recommends approval to continue this item.
Thank you. Do we go right into a vote then? Yeah.
If someone wants to make a motion,
I'll make a motion to delay for the next meeting.
I'll second.
Agenda item.
All in favor?
Aye.
Nay.
Nay.
So 2 nays,
So 2 nays and 2 yeses.
2 yes.
So it failed.
So it'll fail.
So it won't be continued.
Correct.
So we would need to hear the public hearing tonight.
Perfect, thank you. We'll move right on to item number 5, public hearings. Hearing none, we'll move right into number 6, hear the audience.
Ma'am?
Sorry, so
I'm sorry.
being that the motion to continue failed, there has to be a motion on,
The initial,
yes.
Okay, so how do you want me to? You want me to call a motion to?
I think it is open to the public.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
Sorry, it's open to the public.
It's still open to the public? Okay, fine, we'll go back and then. I don't have any comments on this, correct? City clerk, I think all of them are just,
I don't believe I received any comment
there are no
cards on
public
this one.
comments on this item. Let me just make sure that I'm not missing one. It's all public, hear the audience.
So then there would need to be a motion to approve or deny.
I'd like to make a motion to deny this, keep it as is in the charter.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Nay.
Nay.
Okay.
How would you like us to call this? Is there something else you'd like done?
Well, what you just did was, it was a motion to deny. Is that,
Need another motion?
Can we delay this and table it when Commissioner Ortiz?
you just denied that
Oh, okay.
the first
So,
time. You denied the motion to continue.
Okay.
So now we're at, before you is
Two
a motion to approve, well, a motion to deny
The change in the
this
charter.
ordinance. So maybe, do we want to rephrase the motion?
They already voted.
Would you like to rephrase your motion, Commissioner?
So in rephrasing my motion, I'd like to keep the ordinance. Sorry, bear with me 1 second. I have contact lenses on and they're drying out really fast. So in order to remove the pay for the charter, I want to keep that in the charter rather than removing it. So my motion is to keep it as is, not remove this from the charter. Does that make better sense?
So your motion should be, my motion is to deny.
That's what she
That was the original motion to deny this. Yes. So I make a motion to deny this.
Second.
So we have a motion to deny by Martinez, and then that was seconded by Edie, and you all voted 2 yeas and 2 nays. So that motion failed to deny.
I see.
So does that mean the ordinance is passed? Is the question.
Okay. Sorry, let's start over. Is there a motion to approve the ordinance?
As it stands right now, or as we're asking for it? The original motion, am I correct to say that it was to wait for Commissioner Ortiz to come in so that he could be part of this conversation, and that was denied.
Right.
Correct. Second part of this is a motion to approve it as it stands right now, correct?
A motion to approve the ordinance, which is going to change the charter.
Right. I understand Commissioner Martinez does not want to proceed with any changes. Commissioner Edie then agreed. Commissioner Alvarez and I think we don't agree. So where are we now?
I think the simple way to rephrase the motion, is there a motion to approve the ordinance?
Commissioner Martinez, that's up to you.
Okay, so let's do it this way. I'd like to make a motion to approve the ordinance for the first and second reading of the charter review.
Final reading.
Is that better? Okay.
For the charter review, that's different than the ordinance.
Of the ordinance.
Jesus.
So.
Motion to approve the second reading of the ordinance.
But I don't.
Motion to approve the second reading of the ordinance.
That's the motion, and then you can vote on it.
Okay. And now I'm confused. There's too many happening at the same time. What is it that you need me to do, City Attorney? What is it that I need to correct in my motion?
If you state it that way, a motion to approve, then everybody can say yay or nay.
Okay,
I think that's going to make it clearer because I think there was a lot of confusion.
Understood.
So
okay.
That's all.
So motion to approve the ordinance.
Right. And now, roll call.
Well, do you need somebody second it?
Yes.
Oh, I'll second.
Okay. Now, roll call. So this is a motion to approve. To approve.
Adopt the ordinance.
Yes. On second reading, to adopt the ordinance. On second reading. So it's a motion to approve. Now you can say yay or nay.
Okay, so we have a motion by Commissioner Martinez to adopt ordinance 3137. I have a second by Vice Mayor Edie. Would you like me to do a roll call?
Okay. Roll call.
Let the record reflect that Commissioner Ortiz is absent. Commissioner Edie? Do you want to approve the ordinance?
If we approve this, do we go back and we could have Ortiz, or the vote is dead at the time, right?
No.
The vote is pretty much.
This is.
Yeah, so what'll ultimately happen, right, the way it's worded is if you do a motion to approve and then you end up in a 2-2 split, at that point it's a fail. It dies.
Right.
So at that point you would then have to readdress in the future who the prevailing party is in order for him to come back. So it's kind of like a little circular thing we're doing right now, but ultimately that's what's probably going to happen. So right now you have your motion, so if you were to vote yes, it means it moves forward. If you vote no, it's a no, and it stops here. That's where that's okay.
So I have Commissioner Edie as a nay. Commissioner Alvarez?
Nay.
Was that a nay?
Yes, ma'am. Get this over with.
Commissioner Martinez?
Nay.
Mayor Espinosa?
Yay. Yes.
The motion has failed.
Thank you.
1 to 3.
All righty, moving right on to hear the audience. We have several public comment cards, so we'll start with Ms. Stephanie Nelson. You have 3 minutes. Name and address for the record, please.
Good evening. My name is Stephanie Nelson. I live at 1715 Sunny Street, Kissimmee. I'm here today for one reason, and that's fairness. When someone is elected to represent a city, they are expected to live in that city, and that's basic, and that's about trust. And when there are serious questions about that, they should not be ignored. They should be addressed. So we've seen across the state that when officials don't meet the requirements of their position, they don't stay in those positions. So the expectation should be no different here. At the same time, we are seeing situations where some things seem to move very quickly, while others, especially local businesses, have had to wait months, even years, doing everything the right way. That creates concern, because every person, every business deserves the same process and the same treatment. To any new business, you're welcome here, and we want you to succeed, but the process must be fair for everyone. No special treatments, no shortcuts. So I want to be very clear that we are paying attention, and we expect fairness, we expect consistency, and we expect accountability. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Stephanie. We move on to Ms. Lillian Evans. 3 minutes, please. Name and address for the record. The microphone will be turned off at 3 minutes. Thank you.
Lillian Evans, 1715 Sunny Street, along with my King, which is my service dog. My name is Lillian Evans, and I'm here today because the situation about fairness and transparency and accountability. This is not personal. This is not making sure the same rules apply to everyone, especially in those positions of power. Right now, there's serious concerns being raised about address requirements and whether these requirements are being properly followed. Our city charter is clear. Elected officials must live in the city they represent. That is not optional. That is a foundation of trust between the public and their leaders. When questions like this come up, they don't affect one person, they affect the integrity of the entire city. At the same time, we are seeing actions that raise even more concerns. A business was closed, and now a new tenant is being publicly promoted with an expected opening in just a couple of months. But many business owners in the city, people who are sitting here today, have gone through a long process, permits, inspecting, approvals, sometimes taking months or even years. So the question becomes, are the same rules being applied equally to everyone? Because if not, that is a serious problem. We cannot have a system where some people feel that they have to follow every step, while others appear to move ahead without the same process. To the new business, I want to make this clear. This is not about you. We welcome you to our city. We want you to succeed. But the process must be fair, it must be consistent, and must be transparent. No one should feel pressured. No staff member should feel intimidated. No official should use their position of influence outcomes. That is not leadership. That is an abuse of power. And the local businesses who have worked hard, followed the rules, and invested their time and money, you deserve fairness. You deserve equal treatment. You deserve the system you can trust. So today I'm asking for one simple thing: accountability. Follow the charter, follow the law, apply the rules equally, because when we do that, we protect not just our city, but the people we believe in. Thank you.
Moving on to Ms. Barbara Kendricks. Welcome, Ms. Barbara. You get 3 minutes. Name and address for the record.
Good afternoon, Mayor and City Commissioner. My name is Barbara Kendricks Beckham. I reside at 710 Jenwright Court in Kissimmee, Florida. Born and raised here in Osceola County, and has been on 710 since 1977. I came here to cry loud about the activity that's been done against Scenic Hold on Smith Street between Bonita and Jenwright by young adults and children hanging out in that area every day, and worse on the weekend. It seemed like the ages are from 9, 10 to late mid-40s. There were a parking sign, a no parking sign there at any time. They dug it up. Who knows what they did with it? And they cut a huge hole in the fence of that resident. They are drinking, drugging, gambling, selling, and trashing our neighborhood. And sometimes they are 30 to 40 deep. And we're talking about on the street, on the sidewalk. And this is not acceptable. They also have a basketball goal on the street, and sometimes you can't even get past because they're in the road and they will not move. And my main concern is they're doing all of this in front of the children. Not so much as the neighborhood, but in front of the kids, and that's not acceptable. The police have been called, and the sheriff several times. Did they come out? Yes, they did. However, the madness continues. And I spoke to the person that oversees that property, and she stated to me, she called the police and was told there was nothing they could do because the sidewalk is a public sidewalk. And even out of the 4 times I called, I was told the same thing. However, I told that officer, if I take all of those children and put them on the side of your house in your neighborhood, I bet they will be arrested or never return again. It's not acceptable, and we're not going to accept it. We're asking you to listen attentively, and please do something about it. Like I said, I've been there since 1977. I never, ever. And there's a park right up the street, Chambers Park. But they are disrespected, and the lady who lived there was terrified. And last I heard, she's in the hospital because they cut that huge hole in her fence. Maybe she was afraid they're going to enter through her back door.
Thank you for your concern. Ms. Anderson, would you like to continue? I know you also have a comment card, but you don't want to make any comments? Okay. Mr. Anderson, would you like to add to this? Because I see your name on it as well. And I am going to suggest a one-on-one meeting with us so that, because I know this is a very deep concern, and I think it's worth us connecting. I think when anyone needs more than 3 minutes, it requires more of a private setting with our city manager and perhaps city manager with the chief.
Yep.
So I would like to ask if I may. We can do that. So before you all leave today, make sure that we all connect with our contact information. But Mr. Anderson, you've got 3 minutes, so you can also add to this.
You've already said what I wanted to say. My name is Ruben Anderson. I live at 110 Lakeview Drive here in Kissimmee, Florida. And when Barbara came to me, I myself went over to that property to look and to see what was going on. And exactly what she was saying is what's going on. There's a huge fence bigger than this area that has been cut into that person's property. And the person is blind or partially blind. She's elderly and she's scared to death. Now, I must say this without trying to hurt anyone's feelings. I have only seen the police in that area one time in the past 3 years. I've only seen one police car in that area. Now, I'm not saying they're not there, but I personally, because my home is 3 streets away, and maybe 3 weeks ago, there were at least 5 policemen at that area. But the neighbors are scared. So when Ms. Beckman called me, I said, there's nothing I can do until I get on the council, and there'll be a different story. But I wanted her to meet the council members. And so, Ms. Beckman, here's all of your council members you can meet. I'm pretty sure you can call them and talk with them. But Mayor, you've already said what I wanted to say. I want to sit down with Ms. Beckman and let's have a sit down and talk about this, because it is unacceptable for that neighborhood not to be patrolled like it should be patrolled. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Anderson. And these are very valid concerns, and we genuinely care and want to sit with you all. And so, City Manager, we'll just move forward with trying to get them on our schedule as soon as possible, if it's okay.
Mayor?
Ma'am,
Yeah. Go ahead.
you've been recognized.
Okay. I'm aware of that situation, what's going on over there. I've also spoken with our police chief, so he is brought up to speed. If you want to come and speak out on it, that'd be great.
I just want to say thank you and look forward to a meeting. We will definitely address your concerns and see how we can come to a resolution. We did start, once I talked to Commissioner Edie, we did start an extra watch there throughout those times and hours where we're seeing the majority of the activity. But again, we will definitely meet to see how we can address it appropriately.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Chief.
Thank you. And thank you for bringing these kind of issues to this commission. This is what these meetings are really designed for, and it's important that the community comes out and stresses these type of issues.
Absolutely.
We are listening, and this is what we're here for, so thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Chief. Appreciate that. We'll move right on to Jeremy Fetzer. Name and address for the record, please.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Let me get situated real quick. I got some documents to show. Good evening, Commissioners. Jeremy Fetzer, 120 Broadway, Suite 304, Kissimmee, Florida. Tonight, I'm here to address my second complaint against Commissioner Martinez. I'd like to walk you through some documents I just submitted to you. First, page 10 in your packet, you have Commissioner Martinez's Kissimmee business tax receipt. As clearly highlighted in the upper right corner, it authorizes a mobile food vending operation without seating, nothing more. Next is page 6 in your packet, is her Florida DBPR license confirming the same, a mobile food vendor license tied to her food truck. Notably, that license is registered to the business address of her close business associate, Lysandra Roman. And this final document, which I left up, you can see it is page 4. This is the list of her food commissary. The required base of operation for her food truck is also tied to Roman's business, the La Chinera on John Young Parkway. Taken together, these documents establish a clear fact. Commissioner Martinez did not have legal authorization to operate Cookie's Kitchen out of Kenny's Cakes at 10 West Dakin Avenue, as outlined in my complaint. By her own admission during her last week's press conference, she rented space, conducted business transactions from that location. That means she was operating under another business license, something not permitted under city and state regulation. This arrangement constitutes what is legally recognized as an ostensible business relationship. Additionally, Commissioner Martinez admitted that she notarized a Business Boost 2.0 application for KPMG Party, which is Kenny's Cakes. As a sitting commissioner, this is deeply problematic. By doing so, she inserted herself directly into a city-administered grant process and notarized a document for an individual with whom she has a business relationship. Under Florida law, that raises serious concerns and a potential second-degree misdemeanor under the notary statutes. So what has been established here tonight? That Commissioner Martinez operated outside the scope of her legal permits, utilized another business's license improperly, created an ostensible business partnership, inserted herself into a city grant process, and notarized documents where a conflict of interest exists. These are not political accusations. These are actions supported by documentation and her own public statements. Again, too, and I want to clarify on what just took on agenda item 4, when it's a 2-2 vote to dismiss and that wasn't recalled back, that means it passed initially. So I think there's a legal quandary that happened on agenda item number 4 tonight. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Fetzer. Ms. Maria Virginia Garcia, name and address for the record, please. You do get 3 minutes, at which time the microphone will turn off. Thank you.
Maria Virginia Garcia, 1520 Neo Landings Loop, Kissimmee, Florida, 34744. Good evening, Madam Mayor, City Manager, Commissioners, and staff. I have come before you tonight to break my silence. I will no longer stand idly by when a commissioner has decided to make the rounds on TV, radio, Facebook to talk about my children. Yes, my son is married to a fantastic young woman who is working hard at obtaining her doctorate in physical therapy and who is also a successful business owner. I say my children because I don't consider her my daughter-in-law. She is my family, and I will not apologize for that. This commissioner went on a podcast, if you can call it that, to talk about how my children have a gold spoon. I am a true American dream. I came to the United States with 2 suitcases and as a recent graduate in physical therapy. I have worked very hard for 37 years. 24 of those have been in Kissimmee. I will not apologize for bringing millions of dollars into our local economy. I will not be made feel guilty because my hard work has afforded my children to have a good life. I have raised 3 amazing children and will continue to work hard for my grandchildren and the ones that are to come. I also want to point out I am not like the rest of the fan club that comes to this commission to create chaos and continue with tiresome rhetoric. I will not apologize for conducting myself with class and decorum. What I will do is point out the definition of nepotism as it has been thrown around because of my relationship with the mayor. My son happens to be married to a wonderful young lady. Nepotism is a practice among those with power or influence of favoring relatives or friends, especially by giving them jobs. Let me be very clear. I have not been offered any favors or jobs by Mayor Jackie Espinoza. I will not apologize for who I am related to. I will not apologize for the family I have chosen. This commissioner has stated that I'm running for seat 4 because of my relationship to the mayor. I would like to clarify that you have shown the city who you really are. For this and several other reasons is why I'm running. You rang a bell that cannot be unrung when you decided to attack my children. You must be very desperate to attack the 2 young people who are trying to make something of themselves. I would like to share some facts with you tonight. The Kennedys have held office since the 8th.
Thank you, Ms. Maria. We're going to move on to last comment for the evening, Madeline Cassiano, and the comment section will be closed right after this. Thank you. Ms. Madeline.
My name is Madeline Cassiano, 4030 Tucker Avenue, St. Cloud, Florida, 34772. Good evening, mayors and commissioner. My name is Madeline Cassiano. This is not the first time I stand here before you. And unfortunately, it is because the pattern continues. The lack of accountability, the lack of transparency, and the conduct that raises serious concerns about the use of public office. Commissioner Janet Martinez, I want to be very, very clear. I never contacted you. I never asked for your help. I never invited you involvement. This was a private family matter. Yet you chose to insert yourself into it. Instead of addressing the concerns openly and transparency, I was informed that a domestic violence awareness event, you approached representative from the state attorney's office, especially asking the state attorney Monique Worrell and use your setting to pass along the very complaint that I submitted against you. Let this sink in. A community event is to support victims, not turn it into an opportunity to take a complaint outside this commission. That is not transparency. It raises serious concerns about judgment and intent. Because to the public, that does not look like accountability. It looks like an attempt to bypass this body like you've done before. It looks an attempt to escalate a complaint instead of answering. It appears to be an attempt to avoid taking responsibility. And it raises the questions on why the complaint submitted here was not handled here. I am so asking directly, why was a complaint against you taken outside the commission instead of being addressed here where it belongs? It also needs, also need to address something that should concern every resident in the city. While I'm here exercising my constitutional right to speak, there have been efforts to publicly target me and criticize me for doing exactly that. Let me be clear, this is not a role for a commissioner of silence a resident or any of the community. It's not a role of a commissioner to discourage or escalate against someone for speaking out. Speaking, questioning, and holding official accountability and not wrongdoing, it is protected under the First Amendment. And when a public official responds by trying to shut that that is a serious problem, because no resident should feel exercising their rights will result in being targeted, escalated, and silenced. Commissioner Martinez, leadership is not about inserting yourself into someone else's private matter. Leadership is about knowing when to do and what to do. It is about respecting boundaries, respecting the people, and being accountable when.
Thank you, Ms. Madeline. We're going to move right on to the consent agenda. Motion to approve the consent agenda.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Thank you. We'll move right on to discussion items. City Commission will recess and convene as the Community Redevelopment Agency Board. 8A, the Vine Street CRA resolution authorizing a locally funded agreement, LFA, a three-party escrow agreement with the Florida Department of Transportation, and a budget transfer. Seth.
Good evening, Commissioners. Samaya Singleton, Area Manager, Economic Development.
Can't hear you.
Good evening, Commissioners. Samaya Singleton, Area Manager, Economic Development.
Can you bring that microphone up, please, because it's a little bit low, and there, that's probably
Is
good.
that better?
That's
Yes.
better.
Okay, sorry about
Thank
that.
you. Appreciate it.
Thank you, ma'am.
Samaya Singleton, Area Manager. So this initiative is a partnership between the City of Kissimmee, the downtown, the Vine Street CRA, and FDOT to integrate aesthetic enhancements into the current US 192 resurfacing project that encompasses the entire Vine Street corridor. The project involves construction of 3 medians on the eastern side of Vine Street, on the eastern boundary of the Vine Street CRA, going towards Dyer in the Valencia College area. And the work involves site preparation and sod installation and establishing a foundation for future landscaping improvements to be managed by the city and the CRA at a later date. The project cost is $128,276, which will be fully funded by the Vine Street CRA. And to cover the cost, a budget transfer is necessary. So staff recommends that you approve a resolution which will authorize entering into an agreement with FDOT for this project. Thank you.
Thank you. We'll now allow for discussion. Commissioners, any discussion on this item?
No.
No? Thank you.
I don't have anything, ma'am.
Thank you. Hearing none, do I have a motion to approve this resolution?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Would you like me to read that a little clearer? Is that okay? Yes? So I hear a motion to approve the resolution authorizing a locally funded agreement, a three-party escrow agreement with the Florida Department of Transportation, and a budget transfer from Commissioner Martinez. I also have a second on the table from Commissioner Edie. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously.
Thank you.
Thank you. Community Redevelopment Agency Board adjourns and reconvenes as the City Commission. 8B, presentation of the annual comprehensive financial report for the year ended September 30th, 2025. Staff to present.
Thank you, Madam Mayor, Commissioners. Representatives from the city's external auditors, Purvis Gray and Company, are present here tonight. I'm not sure, are you going to be giving an overview? Okay, very good. So I'll turn it over to our auditor. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Good evening, Mayor, City Commissioner.
Good evening.
Helen Painter with Purvis Gray and Company, and with me you have your Audit Director, Catherine Eno. I would like to thank your Finance Director, Tavia Ritchie, and her staff that's present this evening, Sandra Pereira and Keith Roberts. They are part of the audit that we work with. So we come in each year because the city is required by Florida statutes to have an annual financial audit. Your year ending is September 30th, 2025. We do interim field work during the summer where we interview your department heads to get an understanding of what is going on with the city. We also look at your minutes. We want to make sure that all the decisions that are made here are carried out in the field. And these financial reports are very comprehensive. We also had a wonderful conversation with your mayor. We asked about her ideas on the audit process and if she had any concerns, and she said there were none. And so our purpose is to perform a financial audit of the city. We also do this for the two CRAs. Those are separate standalone audits. And we are happy to say that as a result of our audit process that we've issued an unmodified, clean opinion on the city's financial statement. I brought a bound copy of the ACFR. It's a 167-page document that has full disclosure of all of the city's activities, what's going on in each fund. So you've had some major incentives this year, and we've performed audits on those significant financial transactions. We received full cooperation from your finance department. They were ready for us when we come and do the audit. Your accounting records were in very good shape, and there were no significant deficiencies in internal controls. We also have to look at your investments to make sure that you're in compliance with the investments. And we also look in particular at your CRAs to make sure that what is going on in the CRAs are just in particular for those CRAs. And you've got some significant economic development activities going on within the city. It's very impressive. So we really appreciate everyone, and we are happy to answer any questions about anything with the audit process.
Thank you. Discussion, Commissioners?
I don't have anything, Madam Mayor.
Thank you. Do I have a motion to accept the annual comprehensive financial report for the year ended September 30th, 2025? Motion to approve by Commissioner Martinez. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Alvarez. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank you. 8C, presentation now of the Downtown CRA Annual Comprehensive Financial Report for the year ended September 30th, 2025. Again,
thank you. You know, I've tried to blend all of them in together and just talk about the certain highlights that are occurring within the CRAs. In particular, the CRAs are scrutinized by the state of Florida to make sure that they are carried out for their purpose. We have to make sure that a budget is submitted to the county within 10 days after adoption. We also have to make sure that we test the expenditures to make sure that they were only in the CRA. And we make sure that there is a plan for the reserves that are in the CRA, that it's just not sitting there, that you have a future plan for capital in those CRAs. And we found no exceptions to our testing.
thank you. Appreciate it. Discussion. Any discussion, Commissioners?
I don't have anything, Madam Mayor.
Thank you. Motion to accept the Downtown CRA Annual Comprehensive Financial Report for the year ending September 30th, 2025. Do I have a second on that?
Second.
Aye.
Second by Commissioner Martinez. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Thank you. We'll move on to item 8D, presentation of the Vine Street CRA Annual Comprehensive Financial Report for the year ended September 30th, 2025.
Yes, we also have issued an unmodified opinion on that particular CRA. It's unusual for a city to have two CRAs, but I think you all do a good job dividing them up and having them completely distinct from one another. And we're very happy to see all the economic development that is also going on with that CRA. We've issued an unmodified opinion. We found no compliance issues with that CRA. So we're happy to say that there's no issues.
Thank you. I think we're very fortunate to have two CRAs.
Yes.
Yes, yes, we are. Specifically because both CRAs are so different, I should say.
They are,
So,
and not so active as yours are.
Yes.
So it's good.
And I've spoken to some mayors in some cities that don't have CRAs at all. So
Yes.
when I see us, I think we're kind of leading in that, so thank you for that. Discussions, any discussions? Commissioners?
Thank you.
Thank you. I'll call a motion to accept the Vine Street CRA Annual Comprehensive Financial Report for the year ending September 30th, 2025. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Martinez. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Thank you so much. We appreciate your time. Thank you. 8E, Advisory Board Vacancy, Historic Preservation Board. City Manager.
Thank you, Madam Mayor, Commissioners. This is an opening on the Historic Preservation Board. There are 4 applicants that are before the Commissioners for consideration. All are qualified to be appointed. Staff recommends that the Commission make an appointment.
I make a motion to approve Alexandra Nashar.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Thank you. 8F, Annual Advisory Board Vacancies with terms ending May 31st, 2026. City Manager.
Thank you, Madam Mayor, Commissioners. This is a list of 6 different board members whose terms are ready to expire at the end of this month. And all 6 have conveyed to us that they would like to be reappointed. So if the Commission is interested in reappointing all of them, you could do it in one motion. However, if there's any deviation from the list here, the Commissioners may make individual appointments as well. So staff recommends that the Commission make appointments for these positions.
Thank you. Is there a motion?
I make a motion to approve all candidates to be reappointed to the board, serving additional terms.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Alvarez. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Motion carries unanimously. We'll move right on to hear city officials. City Manager.
Thank you, Madam Mayor, Commissioners. Just a reminder, this Friday at Ruby Plaza at Lakefront Park, starting at 5 p.m., is Taste of Kissimmee. It's a great event focusing and featuring the restaurants within our community. There's also on the 15th of May, it's a next week from Friday, is Vine Street Cleanup. The Vine Street CRA is hosting volunteers that wish to help us clean up Vine Street, the litter along Vine Street. It's from 9 to 11 a.m., and everybody will meet at Kmart at 9 a.m. And that's all I have.
Thank you. City Attorney.
Just one very fast thing. It's my daughter's 10th birthday. I told her I would say happy birthday on camera, so I love you.
Well, thank you. Happy birthday to your daughter. It's a wonderful age. My granddaughter's 10, so I can certainly appreciate that. Thank you. City Commission, do I have Vice Mayor Edie? Would you start with you?
I don't have anything, Madam Mayor.
Thank you. Commissioner Alvarez, anything you'd like to add?
I just want to say happy Cinco de Mayo. May the 4th be with you.
Thank you. Yes. May the 4th be with you. This is true. City Commissioner Martinez.
Thank you, Madam Mayor, for recognizing me. First, I'd like clarification on the statement about the motion, the previous motion.
Although there was confusion, there was a final clarification. The motion was to approve the ordinance, and that failed. So
we're good on that.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Just like that clarification. I appreciate that.
Yes.
Also, good evening, everyone. I want to take this opportunity briefly, and I do want to respond to a few of the comments that happened today. And also, I'd like to give this copy of a formal document that was served to me. So it was a document that was circulated within the city of Kissimmee. It is a pending ethics removal proceeding involving Commissioner Jackie Espinosa. It was served by Paris Leger Law, the attorney sitting in the back, so just for the record.
Can you speak into the microphone so that it could pick up what you're saying for the record, Commissioner?
I'm sorry?
Can you speak into the microphone?
Thank you. I got served. So I gave the letter to the city clerk for records. So if anyone's interested in seeing, there's also an email sent to me by the attorney. She's sitting in the back, Ms. Perez, Attorney Perez, sorry. Want to be very cautious. In your emails, you guys have also received a letter similar to the one that you guys have sent me. So please be on the lookout, as well as I will serve you guys as well an additional document. To Mr. Fetzer's comments, thank you, I appreciate it. Commission on Ethics will take a look at that. For Maria Garcia, I thank you for running for office. It's not an easy task, but I want to be very clear. If you go on YouTube, you can get a transcribed, everything that was said. And at no point in time did anyone refer to your child as a golden spoon. I said, my kids weren't born with a gold spoon. There's a difference between that contents. Secondly, never bash in any way two beautiful, amazing, professional young adults. But I did use an image to show the story in reference. I'm not quite sure what was expected. I've been quiet, and the attacks have continued over and over and over again. I think it's fair that I have the opportunity to express myself and defend myself. It goes both ways. Never disrespecting. I am above family. Integrity at all times. So I would never, ever, I'm a mother of 4, not 1, 4. I would never disrespect anyone's children. That's why, as a courtesy, I never said their names. I used your guys' names as a reference to it. Trying to be very careful on that aspect. So moving aside, I did mention the relationship between yourself and the mayor.
Thank you.
But that's not illegal. No one ever said it was illegal. I know for a fact that couples can actually run and sit in the same seat. There is no violations whatsoever on that. So it all depends how a person wants to understand what the conversation was, but it was never addressed in any way, shape, or form to be disrespectful. So if you misunderstood what I said on it, like I said, it is all completely transcribed. I can actually pay a court reporter to get the document transcribed so you can have it from Spanish to English, just to make sure that we're on the same page on that one. When it comes to Mrs. Madeline Gomez Quisiano, we have multiple ethics complaints that have been filed against myself. She has a PAC. She talks about domestic violence, but this domestic violence PAC is literally not talking about domestic violence. It's only bashing myself. So I have to defend myself. If I'm doing something wrong, that's why we all unanimously on this board voted to have my proceedings sent to the city, to the special prosecutor. So just wanted to clarify a few things. There's a lot of misconception, infiltrated or whatever the comments are. We have to be very careful and wise on the words that we use, because we can actually put ourselves in legal issues by disseminating incorrect information and accusing people. I'm sorry you're going with a hard time, Ms. Madeline, with your stepmother. That is not my issue. I have no concern whatsoever what you guys are going through. I'm just trying to do my job. I'm trying to serve my community. This seat, when I sit here, it represents the community. I represent, 79,000? Is that where we at about, give or take? That's who I sit here and make decisions for. So if you really believe in your heart that I did something, continue with the process. Commission on Ethics, continue to file, and they will make the last determinations based on their investigations. I did also see an email. I don't know if this is going to be addressed by someone else. There's an email here in reference to, it's addressed to the mayor. Okay, I'm going to not go into that line. But yes, but thank you everyone for being out here tonight. And again, I really wish this dark cloud would just go away from the city of Kissimmee so we can focus on what needs to be focused, and it's the city's business. I'm tired of this. I'm just speaking up because I want to put a period at the end of it. I mean, no disrespect to anyone. I appreciate your time. I value your time. I actually live off of Royal. There's actually another area there was a lid missing, and now there's kind of like a sinkhole as well. On a Sunday, I reached out to Desiree, and Desiree sent someone. They went out there. They put some fixtures so that no kids fall through there. So these are the things that are important. These are the things that matter. Not that no one bringing any other concerns matter. They all matter. But I want to focus on the things that need to be focused on for our community. So again, thank you, and thank you, Madam Mayor.
Thank you. We're going to move on. At this point, I'll talk about the one letter that was sent over. I've gotten several emails. This one is from a Miss Kayla Ramos, and she is wanting this for the record. So I want to make sure that Miss Kayla Ramos knows that I spoke about this letter. She is stating her concerns about continued expansion of food trucks throughout the city of Kissimmee. She understands that they can contribute to local business. Number of food trucks beginning to impact the overall appearance and organization of our community, and then she goes further into detail. It is public records, so if anybody is interested in this letter from Ms. Kayla Ramos, please feel free to request it to our city clerk. Thank you so much. Just want people to know they're being heard when they're sending their emails, and she wanted this for the record, so I thank you. I want to share some good news. On Sunday, I celebrated with Miss Emilia Martinez a 100-year-young birthday. And those are the things that we really, really care about the city's residents. And if you know anyone that's hitting that milestone, please let us know, because we love to go out there and celebrate with them. They celebrated here locally, and they did the Bridgerton party, and it was so much fun to just be there and be a part of that. So I want us to just know that we should honor our older citizens, honor them all, but when they hit 100, that's an incredible milestone. So I wanted to recognize her today, and her family was just so gracious in having us there. So thank you. Also on Saturday, that was on Sunday. On Saturday, we celebrated Cinco de Mayo at Plaza del Sol. Please be aware of these events. It really was a great, great opportunity to celebrate Cinco de Mayo. Last week, we had 2 studios open up. One is Guapa TV, which is one of the largest, if not the largest, but it is the oldest TV station in Puerto Rico, and they have opened here in Orlando, so they call it Guapa Orlando, of course, with a very big influence here in Kissimmee. So those are the things we want to continue to celebrate. Additionally, there's another production studio called Vibes Studio. Again, their focus is right here in Kissimmee. Today was a great day, Cinco de Mayo, because they opened up a White Castles. So it's over in Old Town. Vice Mayor, I saw you were there, and thank you for going and representing the city, although it's right outside of our city limits. What if you're from the north, you know what a White Castles is, and they call them murder burgers, but if you love murder burgers, and if you've had one, you'll know. If you know, you know. So those are the things I want to honor and celebrate, and all the wonderful things happening in our community. Now, Saturday, we did something a little different. City manager, I want to thank you and all the park staff, because we did, if anyone's familiar with Coamo, it's one of the cities in Puerto Rico, and they've done several events here in Central Florida. They decided to do one in Kissimmee, which was for a softball, was it a softball game, Steve? I'm not sure if it was softball or baseball. One of those, softball or baseball, kind of the same thing in my head. And they expected 500 people. Probably the largest event that park has seen. And they had, our head count was where?
625.
625 people showed up. We have a wonderful system. Austin, thank you for always pulling that data, because it's so important, because it also helps us. Thank you for having that. It helps us understand if we need a detail, right? We need cops there. Next year, we definitely need...
Move them to a bigger park next year.
Yeah, so we're very excited about that. What that brought was about 500 visitors to our city. And those are the things that really, people are so excited about visiting Kissimmee. They did, some of them did the mural walk and visited many of the murals. They are excited to continue growing this here. They also have the largest marathon called San Blas. In Puerto Rico, it is the largest standing marathon, and they want to bring it here. It'll be called San Blas Kissimmee. So we're working on putting a group together. They have it all organized. The mayor over there is just wonderful, and he's really looking forward. Mike, we're volunteering you to carry the torch. So we'll make sure we carry the torch.
3 miles.
3 miles. There you go. You can do this. So I want to make sure that you all know that wonderful things are happening in our city. And those are the things we need to highlight. We also had Caribbean Fusion, and I was away that day. Caribbean Fusion, I know several, was awesome, and we had about 10,000 people showed up, kind of similar to the year before. So it's holding steady. So I'm not sure if that's a signature event at this point.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Wow, that's wonderful. So those are the kind of things we need to celebrate. An update to the community on the Azure. Today I got a wonderful email, and I'm so excited about what's happening with the Azure. Not only did they meet with our residents and discuss concerns, but we also had, and I need to share that because that's what we're supposed to be doing, signs. They have a Dave Burke acclaimed Red Horse restaurant. That's pretty big. I think that's a big thing, City Manager.
Yeah, the Michelin-starred chef. He was Iron Chef, I think, and then he's got a restaurant in Manhattan, 2 in New Jersey, and this will be his first restaurant in Florida. So it's going to be world-class right here at downtown Kissimmee.
That's exciting, and those are the things we're looking forward to. We have there's a food and beverage experience for the luxury hotel and Kissimmee Convention Center, and then they curate a food and beverage experience for the luxury hotel. So not just for the hotel, but also for the convention center. So we're very excited about what's coming to our downtown. It keeps highlighting us so these events can continue growing. I want to now, okay, that's some very important notes. Before I close, I want to say Happy Mother's Day to all the people, the females here that are moms. What a great blessing it is to be a mom. I'm not just a mom, I'm a grandma. So that's like a double blessing for me. And being a mom is forever. Being a mayor is very temporary. So before I'm a mayor, I'm always going to be a mom. I'll take off my mayor hat today and make sure that everybody understands that being a mom to me is more important than ever sitting on this dais. With that being said, Commissioner Martinez, although I appreciate you putting a picture of my daughter every time you get an opportunity, I would ask you not to do that again out of respect for my family. Bringing up a picture of my daughter to state your case is disrespectful to my family. It's disrespectful to my daughter. And before I am a mayor, I am a mom. And it's disrespectful. I have never once, despite our differences or in spite of our differences, ever mentioned your children. Family is off limits.
I disagree with you on that because when they did
Excuse
the
me,
posting, when you did the posting for my son in South Korea, where we're in the middle of an active war, that was uncalled for. And I did not do it because of that. I showed a relationship.
You can
no disrespect whatsoever, but I respect your opinion on that. I respect
Commissioner Martinez, you can establish relationships without putting my daughter's picture, whom I'm very proud of.
Absolutely, as you should be. She is a magnificent young lady.
Putting our kids' pictures out there is unacceptable. And before I am a mayor, I am a mom. And if anyone here is a mom, I think you can all relate to my comment and my sentiment. So that's how I would like to end this. You respect my family, you respect my children. The end. That's non-negotiable.
Goes both ways.
So thank you. And now I will call for a motion to approve to adjourn this meeting.
Motion to approve.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.